Welcome to our podcast show, and today we have Ahmet from Streacom. And Ahmet, believe it or not, we've known each other for many, many years, especially Steven. Steven, you know Ahmet for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I'm certain I met you in 2014, and you were probably, like you said, you're a little bit camera shy. You're also the new guy at the time, so you probably pushed me towards the guy that you want me to talk to, because like, oh no, I can't talk to camera. Why don't I tell you everything I know
about
and
you?
You say it on camera? Because that's exactly what I did. Good teacher.
All right. So, Ahmet, tell us a little bit about you. I mean, you're from the Netherlands, right?
Yes.
How did you get into computers and stuff like that? I mean, 2014, that was many, many years ago, of course, and you probably gone into computers since you were a kid. How did you get into computers?
Well, actually not. I don't have much IT experience until like 2012.
All right.
And in 2012, I joined Streacom for the first time.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to be honest, when I joined, I didn't have much interest in IT. Yeah, really.
It was just a job.
To be honest, it was just a job. And later on, we are manufacturers of computer cases. Later on, I started to develop interest in IT. So it really came gradually.
Okay, so you just kind of you weren't a raging geek at the time.
No, I'm totally not. Like many people here, which are usually are. I was totally different. I really joined it as a job, and I became interested later on.
That's good. Because Streacom is not your usual case manufacturer. I mean, they do some crazy cases.
Yeah.
Years ago, we met Troffman. Troffman was one of those guys with the hardware overclocking and that kind of stuff, and OC Workbench and things like that. Remember?
Yeah.
So and they collaborated with Troffman with the benching. The chassis and everything.
The Streacom BC1.
Yeah. So with all those type of cases, what makes it special? Because it's just for that very hardcore niche overclocking people, or I've seen fanless cases as well and things like that. So Streacom.
Yeah.
So what makes Streacom design those kind of cases rather than the usual box? It's still usual, right?
We just love the slick design. So also, like as you mentioned, like all the other boxes are like all those lights and RGBs and those kind of things. We thought let's be different. Let's have a slick, nice design and also fanless.
So clean, tasteful.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Very European design.
So you better word it. You should do marketing.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So where's the office space? Is it in Germany?
In the Netherlands.
Oh, it's in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Because I had an idea why it was in Germany. But anyway, was it a big team that you have?
Actually, we have like all our team is in the Netherlands, but we also have the manufacturing happens in China. Our main product manager, he's originally from the United Kingdom, but he lives for 13 years now, or maybe even more. 15 years he lives in China.
I've met him. Yeah. Okay, I saw him in Taiwan, I think. So, Stephen, you met Ahmet many years ago.
Yeah.
Tell us the story about that.
Well, it was really funny actually. I wasn't actually going to visit you.
Okay, you just passed by.
I just passed by, and I don't know if it was you or some other dude. He's like, "Oh, hey, press. Oh, you have to come over and check out our case." Oh, okay. What's going on? Yeah, we're 3D printing these things. Check out these faceplates that you can put on and everything. And I'm like, actually, that is kind of cool. 3D printing is pretty big. Why don't I have a look at these things?
Yeah.
And what I noticed immediately is that the way that they're designed, all the cases and everything, were very much like hi-fi equipment. It was built in such a way where you would find a tube amp. Could be built in one of these. The compartmentalization, the fit and finish is fantastic on your cases, because when you put one piece together with the other, it actually slides in correctly. So it's a completely elevated experience. For certain builders, they want to build a small form factor case, and I know that you guys recently, just more in the calendar of time, that you got more into the Raspberry Pi and everything like that. That was one of your things too, right?
We got the Nook, you mean?
Yeah. Well, Nook, you had cases that were compatible with Raspberry Pi at some point, or was that someone else?
No, it was not us.
So you never did the Raspberry Pi. No. So someone took your design and basically make it
probably.
Yeah, because it's a very distinct design. Because I'm like, oh, that looks like you, but really it wasn't. I wonder who that was.
Actually, we did one time a project. It was just the OEM project for one customer. What did we do again? Let me think. We did made a heatsink for some guys who were doing some Raspberry project. So it was not that we manufactured.
It wasn't the case that you built the casing that you built. But knowing that you have this expertise to build high-end, scalable, really nice small form factor casing. I know that there's another company that is, and I think that you mentioned it way back when, even then, that you had a focus on the environment.
Yeah. Also, for example, we just to give an example, when we we have two products, the TX13, it's a thermal paste. We also have the BC1. The BC1 is a famous product.
Yeah.
Like every model sold, we donate 15 cents to Eden Project. It's in collaboration with Eden Project, and they are planting trees. So for every product sold, there's one tree planted somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Nice.
So and what I was
also just another thing, I also the TX13, I also doing marketing here, right? Have the package and how everything is made. It's like to avoid wasting.
Right, so recycled packaging.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah. How do you so there's different ways of establishing a more greener footprint for packaging. I know that a lot of people start with, first of all, you use a little bit more paper, or you just go with no colors on the packaging so that you can just use the brown brown box style. Is there any innovation in your packaging in terms of I've seen the recorrugated packing materials that you can actually build an entire box that kind of fits together, but it's all paper, and then you just put that into your recycling again versus having bubble wrap and stuff like that. Is there something that you're doing there that's innovative that people need to know about?
Actually, we are doing different kind of things. So like for example, we moved from having paper manuals to having QR codes.
QR codes.
Just for example, that's one of the examples. In general, we also try to reduce the packages, which packing material, we try to reduce it also. We always ask, for example, especially if we have OEM customers. So, do you want us to send without the packages? We have OEM customers, just for your information. Like aside from our main products, they buy heat pipe sets from us, system integrators mostly. They buy like heat pipes and all the cooling stuff. And when they order, we ask them always, can we send them in bulk package instead of in boxes?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Those kind of things. Yeah.
So talking about green. Recently, you've wanted to go EV, electric vehicle, to save the planet, right?
Yeah.
So with that, how did you get the idea of wanting to go an EV? Is that something that because the culture and the ethics of going into recyclable packaging? It's like, okay, maybe I'll do my little part and do.
Yeah, to be completely honest, it's not just like that. For sure, that's also into it, right? But it also becomes cheaper. Gas prices are raised. So if the EV was like double more expensive, I probably, to be honest,
you can make your money back, right?
Sorry,
you can make your money back from the running of the car.
Yeah. So it's both. You have the incentive of you wanna.
This guy here, he's an EV. God.
Okay. No. I'm not an expert.
I cannot take that title. There are many people, like the Fully Charged team in the UK. They are the EV gods. I watch their content for inspiration. However, what I would say is that if you are a logical person that uses a spreadsheet, you can easily calculate your savings just by putting all the numbers in. And because I know that my cost to run my vehicle is 2 cents per kilometer. That's really cheap.
Cheap.
So if an employer were to pay me 61 cents per kilometer, which is the potential.
How many cents?
61 cents
61
per
cents.
kilometer.
Like 59 cents for yourself.
Yeah.
Per kilometer.
Compared to a vehicle, a normal gas car vehicle, which could be 21 to 35 cents.
So
the problem. Sorry.
I was going to ask about what's the petrol gas prices in Netherlands?
It's
is that per liter?
Okay, I will tell you one thing just to give you context to that. My wife is a teacher.
Okay.
And from the company where she works, she received a car. Also, how to say it in English? We call it in Dutch tank bus. it's like your gas is for free. The company.
Oh, it's
pays.
like subsidies.
Yeah,
right?
we lived with that for years, right? But now, so just recently, like 2 weeks ago or something, before I came to Competence, she decided to change the ops. So we need to give the car back. So that's also the reason. Okay, we gonna need a new car.
right.
So shall we go EV? That's why it's my incentive to
Yes.
let's
Okay,
go EV.
okay.
So that's why I never looked at prices because it was for free. Right? So
right.
and I start looking. Oh, okay, how much it costs? So I think it's like around 195 €. So
Per
that's
liter?
Like, yeah, like
So that's
two
almost-
$20
That's
or
like
something.
250.
250 per liter.
Yeah, a little bit less, I think.
250 Canadian.
Canadian per liter.
Oh, Canadian. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
talking
it was
US
about
dollars, right?
Right now,
$2 per.
Right now we're at $1.89, and it was two something a little while ago. So we are close to where you are. So even especially given those gas prices, you would be way ahead in an EV.
Yeah.
Especially because you probably have a time of use metering for your electricity. So when you charge at night, it's actually cheaper than during the day potentially.
Yeah, you have that.
Yeah.
You have that.
It's like a peak hours and
Peak
evening
hours.
hours. Different charges.
The
right?
only thing is like for us, I don't know how it is in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so we, for example, in my street, I just checked, and the electricity where you can charge it's like pretty far away. So all those inconveniences, I also need to calculate.
Right. So the charging stations is not. There's not enough of them.
Yeah. I also heard from my friends who have EV, like it's sometimes can be a pain in the ass, like the place and charge.
He's trying to convince me to get it.
Maybe. Do you have do you charge from in your home, or do you have a specific place?
I do have a charger in my home.
Okay, for you it's much easier already.
It's potentially easier because there was an incentive by the local utility, the government-run utility.
Okay.
They subsidized my charger because they wanted more people to be able to charge at home.
Yeah.
So they paid almost half of the tariff for my charger installation so that I could have one in my garage. It also increases the value of my home and also the value of the entire neighborhood.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So in Holland, the only incentive we have is, for example, if the car is like 20,000 euros, you get how do you say it in English? Subsidized.
Yeah,
like
subsidy.
2,000 euros.
Like a rebate.
Something. Like if it's you get like 5% off or something like that.
Yeah. It's very similar in Canada because they want to move towards that global net zero. And in Canada, the goal is to stop selling petrol vehicles in 2025.
In
2035. 2035.
Yeah.
Oh, 25.
I think there's
okay. Yeah. So it's
Wow.
like in 2 years.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cars going towards EV in Europe. I mean, Stephen recently went to Italy, and there was like a load of EVs there.
Oh yeah.
I think UK's starting to as well, and especially Germany because the Gigafactory, right, for Tesla's there.
Yeah.
And I can see a growth of EVs throughout Europe.
Even in Paris. In Paris, I didn't realize they were EVs until I looked and like, it makes no noise. It has no tailpipe. Yeah. That's an EV. I've never seen that before.
It's all the French brands, the Peugeot, the Renault, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Citroën.
Yeah.
But in Netherlands, they have their own car brand of, is it GM? No.
Skoda, maybe.
Opel.
No, actually, good question you asked me. I feel embarrassed if I don't know.
What's the car you drove before?
Sorry?
What's your previous car that you drove?
The one we have now is Peugeot 108.
Peugeot
108, yes.
I think they have electric as well, Peugeot.
Yeah, coincidentally, I think the 108 is the vehicle that Gates McFadden from Star Trek. She actually drives that vehicle in Paris.
Oh, okay.
That's her personal vehicle. And she loves it.
Actually, I'm not sure if Peugeot 208 has an electric car. Do you know that? Do you happen
I
to
know
know that?
Peugeot does have electric vehicles in their fleet. I just don't know which vehicles they based it on because I've seen a couple of models, but the fully charged Joe would probably know better than I would.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of Peugeot 208, but like I said, everything is new to me. That my wife decided suddenly that she's gonna change the job, so I didn't even do a proper research. The only thing is, I'm really considering to go to EV.
It will save you in the long run.
It'll save you, and also just take a little bit of time to just bring out the spreadsheet and just work out like your costs.
You should do,
because you didn't have a cost before, and now you have to look at that.
Exactly.
Plus, you also have to look at the range between you and also the charger. And because I believe the Netherlands is also fairly flat, that's an advantage to you because I know that for my vehicle, in the summer, my summer range is 425 kilometers.
Sorry, how much?
425.
425, okay.
Range.
But I have to drive our motorways. I have to drive 120 kilometers per hour, and I do that almost 4 times a day. because my children are in school.
Yeah.
Right. So when I do that, I drive a minimum of 35 minutes per time.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in the car about 2 hours a day during the week. So as a result, my consumption is a lot higher than you would be. So if you were driving in the city and you do no more than 70 kilometers an hour, the EV actually becomes extremely efficient. So in a country like, I'm just kind of equating it to somewhere in the Maritimes, which is like like Newfoundland, which is like the eastern part of Canada, where it's smaller towns, but closer together. I've seen my same vehicle hit 700 kilometers.
Oh, really?
So you may not need to charge as much as you think you do at the charger on the outskirts of town. In fact, don't a lot of the shopping malls, they're on the outskirts of your city, right? So when you go for shopping, you charge your
Usually
vehicle.
they have. That's easy to charge. Actually, my main problem is with where I live. They don't have, at the moment, they don't have lots of charges. But when you go to shopping mall and those kind of places, they usually have.
So I think for you, there's no chargers in your neighborhood, then install the charger. If you hopefully can get your government subsidies to compensate for that, then have a charger at home, charge overnight, and you're done. Really, right?
That's the ideal indeed. Yeah. But like I said, I really didn't do research how and what do I need to pay, or do I subsidize that? I need to check. But you convinced me a little bit more now.
Now that we're friends, if you have any questions, you let me know. I will help you out.
I will.
No problem.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, there are really a bunch of them. Maybe we can cover in one of our podcast shows coming up.
That's true.
And then answer them for a lot of people, so that everyone gets the answer.
Is driving an EV in Europe different from driving an EV in Canada and US?
Let us know in the comments below.
All right. So other subjects and topics, you're interested in riding bikes. Have you heard about the Thermaltake bike shop recently? We did a podcast, of course, recently with Thermaltake and the bike shop. But biking is quite popular in Netherlands.
Actually, I'm biking a lot, but I'm also running. I'm much more focused on running than biking. Yeah,
He's just started running. Steven just started running.
You know what? Okay. After coming to Taiwan, my knee got better because I haven't been running for almost 16 years. My shoes that I took out of the closet, I shouldn't have run in them because they had collapsed. Okay. So the first couple times I ran on them, they actually shattered. So when I was running on a bad shoe, I messed up my knee. And when I came to Taiwan, I was a little bit funny, but now all this walking has made me feel so good. I'm ready to run. Right?
Yeah.
So build up the mileage at Computex.
You know what I think? In general, I think to gain condition and to become better in shape, I think in general bicycle have the benefit. It's more safer.
It's easier on the knees. Right?
But the downside of it is, for me personally, for example, I started biking I bike all my life, but I started biking checking my kilometers and everything 3 years ago. And in the beginning I did 30k.
Wow.
Yeah. And after 1 month I was already to do 60 km, right?
Yes.
But the problem is before you want to get really tired from cardio, right? Before you get really tired, you need to drive 2.5 hours. You just need much more time to get more tired. With running, you can get easily
full cardio. You're working your legs, your abs, your arms, chest, everything. Because you're moving your arms, you're running, and but the only thing with running, of course, is really harmful to your knees if you're at a certain age.
And I have to say weight.
But I'm a little bit heavier than I was when last time I ran. I was 148 pounds.
Okay,
so I'm a little bit heavier than that now. I'm also much older now, and when I was at 148 pounds, I could still do a 10K in about 40 minutes.
10K in 40 minutes.
Wait a second. You run 10K in 40 minutes?
When I was that young.
Oh, you was young. Okay. It's pretty good. So you're doing better than me.
So how I got hurt was when I tried to run a 5K in 40 minutes.
At the current age.
In my current age. So I screwed myself up really good.
Actually, you did pretty good job.
I died. I was so dead.
Right. Excellent. What were the other interests that you have, apart from the running and the biking? What else is to do in Netherlands? Anything else to do? Tell me.
In the Netherlands, you know, I'm not the party guy or that kind of things, but for people like who like smoking weed and those kind of things, I'm not sure if
Recreational use.
like Holland is an ideal country. Yeah, I'm more like the family type of guy. I like to if I have free time, I like to spend more time with my family.
I have a friend who lives in Belgium, which is next door to the Netherlands. For the people who don't know Europe, Belgium right next door to Holland.
Is this the streamer guy?
Streamer guy, Blaze. So Blaze, if you're watching, help check this podcast out. So streaming, gaming is very big eSports in Europe, right? Yeah. So especially with DreamHack in Sweden and things like that. So especially in Germany, you have the Gamecom. The Gamecom, is it called Gamecom? In Germany. Is it in Cologne? Cologne, right?
And Cologne, yeah.
So do you see much gamer influence with all the stuff that you've been working with for Streacom? Do you have any influence coming through that side of?
You mean influence in what way?
In gaming and esports, any kind of ideas you can take from that
to the company? You mean?
Yeah.
Well, okay. We started out with fanless cases, right? But we moving more and more towards also making active cases, but we're still keeping the slick design.
Yeah.
So, you know, our original cases, which we create, like the FC10, FC8, and those are not really compatible with the gamers.
The hardcore.
Yeah,
exactly. No RGB, right?
Yeah.
And none of this kind of like fans and stuff. You make fanless cases, right?
Yeah, exactly. But like, for example, today we showed the SG10. It's also fanless gate, but it can handle up to 600-700 watts.
What?
So yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we are. It has a special technology which my product manager will be much better to explain, but it has condensers with
like heat pipes.
Heat pipes and a massive heat sink on it. Like
okay.
You guys need to come and see.
I remember you guys produced a case for Apple kind of. Yeah, it was an Apple kind of inspired case, wasn't it? It was like no fans. It was just a heat sink.
Like the Mac Mini?
I'm not quite sure.
I think the DB4. I'm pretty sure you talk about the DB4.
Right?
It's like so big. We have the Nook. I don't think you talk about the Nooks, right?
I don't think the Nooks.
So we have the DB4, which become actually I think our most popular products are like for sure the bench table first, the Streacom BC1, and I think the second one is the DB4.
Oh, okay.
I think you're talking about the DB4.
It was literally the heatsink was built into the side of the case.
It's.
Oh, you mean the trash can mat?
And then it was if you touch the side of the case, it does feel warm.
Oh, like the trash can mat.
Yeah, so that one can handle like up to 65 watt, but you can have you can use with additional heat pipes on the side, which can handle up to 110 watts.
Excellent. So, Stephen, have you got any questions for Friday, Ahmet?
Actually, I was wondering, since gaming isn't your focus, obviously you want small, light, really great integrated lifestyle cases that work for quiet computing. I remember that quiet computing is what you were after. There is a company out there, and I believe that a certain Canadian tech YouTuber has invested in this company. They call it Framework. And Framework is a modular, repairable, upgradeable laptop company that they do provide upgrades to their entire motherboard and also all the peripherals. You can upgrade to Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6. Like these are the things that they allow their systems to do so that they never become out of date. And that you can just keep growing with them by upgrading to the latest platforms.
Okay, cool.
Now, because these pieces come out, have you considered maybe providing a receptacle to provide a green alternative to because you can't recycle these things. They're just like you can, but they're pieces, right? By allowing it a second life, have you thought about maybe talking to them?
Such things are on our roadmap, but we didn't actively took steps.
I think for the recycling part, I'm not saying so much recycling, more of an upgradable, scalable path for your products. You need to really work with, like I said, Framework and things like that, because it's something that you need to collab to design this thing.
I believe,
because Framework customers, they upgrade every 2 years. Every they skip a generation and they go again, right? Just like the Intel roadmap, every other year they have a new chipset. So that's how these people upgrade.
Yeah.
So by being there to create a nutcase for them to actually have everything
It
go
could
in,
be. It could be.
that would be a great opportunity, I think.
Yeah.
So like for example, you could have a platform, PCB, whatever, for the chipset. You could have heat pipe. Yeah, 1 or 2 heat pipes up for like low usage users. You might want a high end usage, right? So you can have like a add-on plug with 7 heat pipes, right? That could it's like it's like an upgradable option for your cases. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'd be good.
All ideas. It's possible indeed. Yeah,
because these are all kind of green things, and because of what they're doing, they've already greened the laptop.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw the whole thing away. You just upgrade the parts that you need.
Yeah.
So by allowing them to take their last generation Intel chipset board from a laptop and put it into one of your cases, it becomes a second system for the home, for the kids, for doing something else in the home. And if Streacom can be that receptacle, then now you have a Streacom system inside every home that had a framework laptop. Which would actually be interesting.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
Just some ideas from your media friends here.
Thanks.
Well, Ahmet, it's been many years, and now you're in Comtex, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event. So, guys, that's all the time we have for. So, thank you, Ahmet.
Thank you very much, guys.
Have a great time at Comtex. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday for our podcast show with Stephen and I. Stephen, tell us the socials.
Oh, yeah. We do have social media channels now. At our podcast show on Instagram and Twitter. We've started posting some stuff from our visit at Computex in Taiwan, including, I think there should be a large Pikachu up there somewhere from the Pokemon. Did you see the Pokemon thing?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there was Pokemon Championship. That was right before Computex. Just so you know, Taiwan is one of those places where it's not only kind of techy, but it's also really geeky.
Until next time, thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.